All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely morning in which the Most High, a higher has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will. I shall and I will rest therein. You know, my drink here, I call it a protein drink, which is really, it's mixed with protein because it's black beans, but it has broccoli, it has cucumbers, it has kale, it has kale and what other green? Kale, broccoli, cucumbers. It has black beans, it has carrots, it has pineapple, strawberries, blueberries, it has banana, it has ginger, it has garlic, and there's something else green in here. I think parsley. This is my drink here. And a little dab of honey. This here is a drink that I've started, say, probably 5 years ago, and I stopped, and then I decided to get back into it. But you know what about the strawberries? I had picked these beautiful strawberries out, knowing that these strawberries, something was wrong with them. And then the spirit of the Most High, when I cut them up and I taste them, I said, okay, they taste okay. And I put them in the freezer. He said, you know, those are not naturally grown. And I said, yeah, I could see that now. Because when you put them in the freezer and you take them out, they're supposed to be like soggy. But these here, they're like, you just picked them from the farm or off a tree. You know, you just picked them. That's not how strawberries are supposed to stand up uh, after being frozen. So these strawberries I purchased, I said, okay, I was warned in the store and I still bought them. And then the spirit of the Most High has warned me. Probably this is more than just once. He told me about strawberries and many other things that looks good but ain't good. See, we tend to take on things that look good but ain't good. Okay, so today when he was telling me, he was saying that you know that those are not, and I was like, yeah, I know you warned me, but yeah, you hard headed. So I decided to not have the strawberries because he even spoke it to me when I was making my drink to blend it up. So mm. You guys, it tastes so good. I mean, like so good. It doesn't taste, and these are all uh, raw vegetables, and it tastes so good because you can't taste nothing. Now you can taste that garlic, but you can't taste anything else that's in there. You can taste that garlic a little bit, but it tastes like a smoothie. So I like it. Um, I'm coming to you today because this is not the message of today. It's what I'm going to bring before you at 7 p.m. Central Time today. And I'm coming like a power punch because Ahaya took me all the way there this morning. And I was so emotional. I was so emotional. I couldn't even stop crying because of the spirit that was on me. I was what you call full of the Holy Spirit. Okay. I was full of it. I mean, it was run up in me. And I was like, because it just does something to you to really hear his voice and see just to be able to recognize how he's teaching you and he's showing you things. You don't have to do that, but because of who he is in you and how he feel about you, he chooses to do these things, which is teach me from the level of the wilderness. And then he took me all the way home, honey. I want to share something with you when he was dealing with me all this morning, and I just cried like a big old baby. And I did. I ain't ashamed. Sister Deborah ain't ashamed. Okay. One of the things he was sharing with me is the greatest suffering on the earth, period. The greatest suffering we might think is cancer, leukemia, not leukemia, that's cancer, and any other sickness and heartache, and losing a child, losing a husband, losing a wife. We look at all of those are sufferings. They are sufferings, but they suffering in the flesh. They're the suffering in the flesh. But when you suffer in the spirit, I'm tasting you now, Father, y'all. When you suffer in the spirit, it is called endurance. Endurance is not something you can crank up in the spirit, or you can say you have, or you got, or yeah, I experienced that, or yeah, me too. No. Endurance is a gift from the Father, and he placed it within you. He placed that endurance spirit within you. Let's go to Yeshua. The time that Yeshua was here, he had the word, he had the power, and he had the spirit. But guess what? He still needed. In all of that, guess what was still needed, even in the midst of that? Endurance. He needed endurance. Why? Because he was not just the Ruach HaKodesh. When he told Mary that the Holy Spirit, he told Joseph that the Holy Spirit was in her. Okay? She was having the Son of Man and the Son of Yah that was in her. Okay? But what people don't understand, the Son of Man needed something special. And that was the endurance spirit. The endurance spirit. He was given that. The Son of Man was given the endurance spirit. So when I turned 58, he was telling me, I have given thee the endurance spirit. And I know that he's given me the endurance spirit, because I tell y'all, I wouldn't have never thought I'd live to see this day. I wouldn't have never thought it, because he has had me in the college called the wilderness for so long. I'm like, oh, I couldn't be in here for just to be in here for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't coming to me for nothing. It's because he placed the endurance spirit in me. Okay? To endure. It ain't that Deborah is all this and all that. She know this and she know that. She thinks she know this, or I think she know this, or I feel she know this and she this and she. No. Sister Deborah is flesh and blood. And in this body has my Father's image, which given me a spirit. And in my spirit rests the Ruach HaKodesh, a higher spirit. But he gave me something else in this spirit. He gave me the gift of endurance. I will not say and gain the glory and the praise of being able to stand here and commune with you all and tell you all how he deal with me and what he say to me and how he said and when he said it. That's the endurance spirit that only the power of the Most High or higher can give one. Now, you got to understand what the endurance spirit is. But to endure it, to understand it, we got to go back to the Son of Man. We got to go back to the Son of Man. Look what he endured. His 30 some odd years, look at what he endured. And by the time that hour devil was before him, he said in Gethsemane, take away this bitter cup, not my will, but thy will. But that flesh was saying, take away this bitter cup, because the bitterness was of the flesh and not the spirit. So I want you all to understand, when he was on the cross and he said, Abba, Abba, why hast thou forsaken me? That was the endurance that had left him on the cross, just as the Son of Man, to pay the sacrifice for you and I. You see, as a man, not as the Son of Yah, but as the Son of Man. Now, many of you all don't understand, and you won't understand, even though you stand on this terrible platform and proclaim, I got it. But the Father shared so much with me this morning, I couldn't even stop crying. Because I was like, you didn't have to do this, but you did. And it just shows me how much grace and mercy that is poured out to all of us. And that he did not measure more grace and mercy on Sister Deborah than he has measured to you. But because of who you are in him, the gifts given. Now watch this here. Not because of the flesh, but who you are in him in the spirit realm before the foundation of the world. Now, I want you to understand the endurance gift were needed to those who have to continue to run this race. Okay, Sister Deborah needs the endurance spirit to stay in her lane. Sister Deborah needs her endurance spirit to even come on here and speak unto he that has an ear. Sister Deborah needs the endurance spirit to even be a mother, to be a daughter, to be a sister. Sister Deborah needs the endurance spirit to even step on this devil platform and speak unto he that has an ear. And the majority of the time, 99.1 million, I'm not speaking to he that has an ear. I'm speaking to he and she that has not an ear. But yet, Sister Deborah has to have the what? The endurance spirit from the Most High or higher, just to be able to do that. Like unto Yeshua. Let's go back to him. Yeshua had to have that spirit to endure what he endured from the beginning of birth all the way to where he's at. Not where he's at, but his whole mission here. See, we don't need the endurance spirit once we up out of here. But long as we on this nasty world, in this nasty world full of sin, from one end to the other, from up and down and all around, you're going to need something from the Most High or higher. And that is his endurance spirit. So Yeshua needed that spirit. He needed that gift, He needed that gift. Even though he had the word, he had the power, and he had the Father's ruach. The Father still gave him in his flesh. See, that was in the Son of Man. Did he have those others? The power, the word, and the spirit of Yah. But then he had another entity, which is the Son of Man. See, those other three was in the Son of Yah. But the Son of Man needed the endurance. He needed to be held up by the right hand of the Father through the gift of endurance. He needs to be held up by the right hand of the Father with the gift of endurance. What do you mean, Deborah? Remember, they was after him when he was born to destroy him? To destroy him. From the moment he came out of the womb of Mary. A lot of people don't understand. They was trying to destroy Mary before he even came forth. So I'm showing you how he was enduring even as a infant in his mother's womb. When he came out, he had to endure a lot of things that was coming after him. Okay? So the spirit of endurance helped you throughout life to keep on running in your race. Go on, keep running. stay in your lane and just do what you're supposed to do. You see, now let me tell you what the spirit of endurance did for Yeshua and also have done for Sister Deborah. And I'm not a dead prophet. I'm a living one in the days of the end days of the worstest days that man have seen as of today. Okay. Now, endure is a gift from the Most High. It is giving you something from the inside out to be able to stand as a mother, as a grandmother, as a sister, as a daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's endurance. It is a gift from Yah. Why do you have to stand? Why do you need this gift? The same reason Yeshua needed it. See, people don't understand that Yeshua came down in the world that was unjust, unrighteous, not holy, every wicked that you can think of, he was born into that. But yet, what was he? All righteous. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Now, I'm going to show you how Sister Deborah lines up with this gift of endurance that was given to me. Even though Yeshua was, first of all, let's put something on top of all of that. He was predestined before the foundation of the world to complete a mission. Okay? That was in the heavens. And heaven's wanting him to also have that which endured. That means no matter what somebody said to him, how they spit on him, how they whooped him, how they beat him, he still what? Held up endurance. Why? He was holy. He was holy, all righteous. Endurance is coming to protect, not the righteousness that's in your spirit, but to uphold your flesh while you are traveling in righteousness. Endurance spirit comes not to uphold righteous in your spirit, but to uphold righteous in your flesh while you travel this journey. Why? Because it's something in Yah that says, I'm going to give you what you need to run in this nasty, wicked, evil world, holding righteousness, but I'm going to give you something. Because you, Deborah, you're still in the race. You got to stay in the race, Deborah. You got to stay in your lane, but you got to stay in the race. So I give you the endurance to continue to run the race, no matter what's on your left, Sister Deborah. No matter what's on your right, Sister Deborah. Keep in the race with the spirit of the gift of endurance. You're going to be all right. So when the Father went to telling me about the word endurance, and he was pressing it so heavy toward me, I was like, well, wait a minute, Father Yah, wait a minute. Endurance is a part of knowing truth and walking, talking, therefore, in just that. See, what people don't understand, endurance is going to hold you up while you're talking, walking, preaching, teaching, speaking, truth, spirit and truth. He's going to give you the gift to endure. Why do I need that gift to endure? Because you're running on his time, his spirit and truth. And to come down on such a wicked, evil earth that Satan has deceived, I have to give you something, Deborah, to hold you up. Praise the mighty God. The gift of endurance was given to me at the age of 58 when I was coming to the Father regarding something that I was able to recognize at the age of 58. And it was kind of a heavy burden on me because I was like, how is it that I keep giving, no matter what? Why is it I'm doing that? Why should I keep doing that? Why am I doing that? Why is it I don't know how to say no? Why is it that I feel that I have to give and give and give? Why is that? And that's when he was telling me. He was telling me I'm a part of who he is. And then I was texting him and doing this is when I was 58. I'm telling you, I was broken. I mean, in the flesh. I was just broken in the flesh, but the spirit was still what? He had already given me the gift of endurance to hold me up. And I'm just as hooping and hollering, saying, well, but all my life, ain't nobody ever did the things everybody said they experienced. And when I went on job, they didn't do me like, and I don't understand what they talking about prejudice and racism. Why haven't I experienced just hooping and hollering? Why is it that I just keep reaching out to give and do and finding people to help? Why is it, just whine? And that's when he told me he had a hedge around me. And he told me, I have given you the endurance spirit, which is a gift, to endure the race in which I have called thee to before the foundation of the world. How you like him now? I love him. Woo, Father, yeah. He says, this endurance has a spirit and truth, knowing spirit and truth. And this is what he said. Yeshua came down. He had everything it takes to complete his mission. Everything. But I had to give him something as the Son of Man so he can endure. Why do he needs to endure when he had all these, the word, the spirit of Yah and the word, the spirit of Yah, the power and the word? It's because he had flesh too. I had to endure. I had to put a gift or spirit on him, Deborah, so he can endure in the flesh, even though the spirit was ever present with him, even though the power was ever present with him, even though the word was ever present with him. In that flesh, let me tell you something. You can come down as a daughter or son of Yah. With everything Yah has invested in you, you're going to need to endure it. That's how powerful and wicked the world is. You're going to need something to hold you up. That's what endurance was. He ended up with the endurance gift, which is a spirit of Yah, to uphold him while he complete the mission that he had every power to complete, every word, and even Yah's spirit. But in his flesh rests all of that. But his flesh need to be able to endure it. That's how you got him in Gethsemane. And he said, take away this bitter cup. Hold up. Who's saying that? Hold up. Who? That was the flesh. When he got up on the cross, he said, Abba, Abba, why have thou forsaken me? That was the flesh. Endure it. And that's why he said, take away this bitter cup. Flesh speak. Oh, hold up. Not my will, but thy will. Abba, Abba, why have thou forsaken me? Why? Because the flesh was enduring the whole mission itself at the end. It felt that thing. And it needed to endure it all the way to the end. So the gift of endurance is to know righteous and to know spirit and truth. Living in a place and a land and the earth that's 100% unrighteous. And you have to live in it. You have to deal with it. You have to see it. You have to hear it. You have to experience it. So Sister Deborah, when she's speaking to you all, the things that holds me up is not my flesh itself. So when you're looking at me, stop looking at me in the flesh. Like I told y'all, in the flesh, give or take 20%. I know. Catch me on that other side. You're going to get messed up from the floor. Because that's just the only place I am strong in him. And he gives me the endurance, even in the midst of giving me the eyes to see, the ears to hear, the gifts, the discerning gifts, that interpret, to be able to interpret dreams and visions. I mean, he not only that, he given me so many gifts. The gift I had never heard of anybody, and maybe I need to look in the biblical and see if I can see anything that talks about it, is the eyes. He taught me about the eyes only when my life was threatened and could have been out of here. He had to teach me. Let me tell you something. Did you see his eyes? I said, yeah. Well, come on here. Let me show you what you need to do. And he taught me how the eyes can be boxed. And when you see a boxed eye, run as fast as you can. If you see how would I say, 1/3? No, not one, 2/3 of an eye box, run as fast as you can. Get away from even if you can half box it. Because the eyes tells the message of that flesh. And I thank him for that. Because at that time, I said, Father, I could have been dead. Yes, you could have. You didn't go into the house like he told you to come in. You sat out in the car. Had you went in there, you would have been gone. He was just showing me. See? And I thank him for that. So I know myself. When I sit here and tell you all, well, they doing this, why are they doing that? Sister Deborah ain't playing with y'all. She ain't taking this like y'all taking it in the flesh. When I say you're caught up in self, me, mine, you are not of y'all. Because y'all ain't about me, mine, my mama, my daddy, my sister, my brothers, my husband, my kids. That's all it's about. No. You are about who you are about. But y'all, he said, Deborah, I got a body that has been set up on the floor before the foundation of the world. I don't know what these people talking about. They call their body, or who they are standing in the midst of the Father, their family. That's why they don't understand what he was saying. Yeshua was saying when they say your mother and your father. Hold up, what you mean my mother and my father? When Yeshua saw Mary destroyed or crying when he was being, he didn't pour out a son to a mother. No, he was about his father business, not about the flesh of a mother. He knew his hour was already the present. I ain't got time. Hey, Peter and them, y'all, take care of this. I'm out. I'm on time. I'm right on time. Whoop, let me get out of here. I ain't got time for that, Deborah. I can't get off this cry. The mama, please don't cry. Mama, don't cry. Mama, my mama will be all right. I ain't got words for her, Deborah. I got to die for you, Deborah, on that cross, and I don't got no more time. The endurance is walking, talking, preaching, teaching, righteousness in spirit and truth to a world 100%, to a world 100% unrighteous. And you endure the fact that you're just talking to a bunch of unrighteous people that call themselves righteous. That's endurance. How would you call that endurance? It's when he turns and gives you a gift to discern. And you don't even have to discern people from their presence before you. He letting you use it and you don't even have to ever see them. He already telling you, Deborah, when you see this and you see this and you read this and you read this, somebody say this and somebody say this, read it, and then it'll take you to where they at. Here and in their hearts. But what for, Father? What's this? So you know you're living in a world of 100% unrighteous. And if I send you down as one of my righteous ones, I want you to understand, Deborah, you're going down on an earth that's unrighteous. So I need to give you the gift of discerning, not to give endurance, so that you can still yet stay in your lane and run your race. In spite of the world being unjust and unrighteous, lost in darkness and wicked and evil, you can still run your race. So I give him glory and honor this day from bringing that to me in the wilderness this morning. Full of the Ruach HaKodesh. I was bubbling, y'all. And he was explaining to me. Many don't know nothing about that, and they ain't gonna know. Because they stuck on knowing everything in their flesh. And their spirit has nothing. Nothing. So what is happening? They deceiving themselves. That they all that answer. And the message that I'm bringing forth today at 7 p.m. is such a powerful one. Don't have, not your Bible, your pen and your piece of paper, because it's going to be some word that he gave me in the wilderness this morning. Now, what else he gave me, and that's why Yeshua needed the endurance spirit, which is a gift from Yah, so that he can be able to continue the race all the way to the end of the mission. Because we're coming down two ways, spirit and flesh. The spirit is willing, the spirit is ready, but the flesh needs some endurance because it's walking down on an earth that's 100% unrighteous, but yet righteous. So he said not a word because the mission was under righteousness. And he had the endurance gift to be able to endure what he came down here to do. Praise the mighty Yah. Praise. I love that because it also gives the Father the glory and the praise that's due him. Okay. And he came to me, Yah. He said to me that many would think that many might think that or feel that Sister Deborah thinks she knows everything, or she know a lot, or she thinks she know all. Well, I think Sister Deborah has some spirit and truth resting within her. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Let me tell you what. He was telling me today, have you noticed? Now, I'm going to tell you something. This is why I say, remember I tell y'all, Sister Deborah tell y'all what? All the time. I learn something every day. He speaks to me every day throughout the day, in the midnight hour, early morning, through the water. He's speaking to me. It ain't important that you accept the fact that I said that he's speaking to me. It ain't important. Who are you? When the Most High Ahaya speaks to me, who are you? But he was sharing with me this morning. That's why I said I was full of the Ruach HaKodesh, because I was just crying. He was telling me, he said, you notice you always trying to share with the people of what I give you. You can't be one who thinks she know it all. You can't be one who thinks she got it all. You can't be one who's boasting and boosting. You can't be one who thinks she's the only one as for connection with him. You can't think like that. You don't think like that, and you can't be one who thinks like that. He was breaking that thing down to me. Then guess what he told me? He said, tell me, when you get on there, what do you tell those people? I didn't say something to you, right? Whether it's teaching you, chastising you, showing you things that's coming, showing you things that before, you always telling them that I'm giving you something and you're learning something. So someone who has it all, why would I come to them to teach them? Why would I wake you up in the midnight hour, Deborah? Why would I wake you up in the early morning? Why would I speak to you in the water, sometimes in the tub, sometimes in the zinc in the bathroom, sometimes in the kitchen when the water is running? Why would I do that? talk to you in your car? Why would I speak to you when you're talking on TV? If you know it all. If I felt that you have it all and you don't need to be taught nothing and you know it all, why would I do that, Deborah? That's why I was telling y'all I was crying and everything. He said, don't mess with them on your left and your right. Don't give them the time of day. Keep running in that lane. He said, because he that knows it all, I wouldn't come to them in the midnight hour, the early morning, through the water, throughout the day, in the car, while you're watching TV, while you're eating, while you're walking. I don't come to somebody and give them and teach them and show them things if they all boasted and boosted and know everything. So anybody that would say, Sister Deborah, know everything, you are of Satan himself. And anytime you come and feel that I'm not receiving what you know, you are Satan himself. Because I don't come on this Deborah platform giving nobody the glory and honor outside of my most high or higher. I always did since I've been on here. Trying to understand why ain't nobody know him like I know him. Why ain't nobody feeling him like I feel him. Why ain't nobody giving him the glory and the praises like I'm giving him the glory and the praises. Oh, you know what? Oh, I forgot. He visited me in the midnight hour. Why wouldn't I give him praise? He visited me in the early morning hours. Why wouldn't I give him praise? He showed me things to come. Why wouldn't I give him the praise? He showed me that which was. Why wouldn't I give him the praise? He visited me through the water. Why wouldn't I give him the praise? He talks to me while I'm driving. Why wouldn't I give him the praise? He talks to me while I'm watching television. Why wouldn't I give him the praise? He talks to me when I'm eating. Why wouldn't I give him the praise? What would I look like giving the praise to you? Because of what you know. Do that make any sense? He was sharing that with me. And he was saying, because of your heart and what I have invested in you, do I know you? See, people don't know what righteous look like in the flesh of blood of man and women. It's not going to look like you say it should look. Because people have a tendency of trying to look at certain people and say, if they said this, they said it wrong. If they do this, they doing this wrong. You are the worker of Satan. Let me tell you why. He said something to me that he ain't never said to me. You know what he said to me this morning? I'm telling y'all, I was full of the Ruach HaKodesh. It was bubbling, and I was in the wilderness, just listening. He said, if your children don't receive you, then they don't receive me. Woo, Father, y'all. I know you pray for them day and night, night and day. But if they can't receive you, I'm sorry. They don't receive me, and I do not receive them. That's what he said to me about my children. Why? Because I'm always praying for them, asking him to save and sanctify for them with your Ruach HaKodesh, Father. Let them know who you are, Father. That's my prayer. But then before that prayer ends, not my will, Father. Not my will. I'm just a mother that's praying for her natural children. But I give you all praise that your will be done. So when he said that to me this morning, it was powerful to me because the things that he was sharing with me, he was really like cleansing me in a way that's off the chain. So I'm gripping this thing and trying to figure out, where are we going with this, Father? Y'all, where is this leading myself toward you and in you? Kick off the dust on every side of you and keep running. Stay in your race. Because you have been anointed and appointed to run therein. But when he said that to me, did my heart drop? No, not a beat. Which it should have. Because I'm the mother that constantly keep praying that he does these things for my children. But he's letting me know. If they don't receive you, they're not going to receive me. Wow. Only one I so far is Quiet Storm. That's the only one. Quiet Storm. He received Yah. And because he received Yah, he receives me. I know that for a fact. But I can't say that for the others. But see, the problem is being a mother is that part that he says you need some endurance. You need some endurance. You got some ways to go, sister. You got some ways to go. You're gonna need some endurance. Let me give you this gift of endurance. I gave it to you. Hold on. Know that it's present. You're gonna be all right. Because that's what it's gonna take. That's what it's gonna take to stay in this race, to stay in my lane. Okay? He said that, yeah, he said, and you tell these people things they know not, nor you know not. He said, you forever telling them things you done told me. He said, I forever tell you all things that he has spoken to me. I don't have to do that. He's just showing me how you in there. You doing what's right. But in the process of doing what's right, you're gonna be hated. You're gonna be the one that said you're wrong and she this and she that and she this. But those are those who works for Satan and don't know it. And that's what he was explaining to me. But he was saying, the moment I give you information, you want to share it with them. You want to run and tell somebody. Now, I shared it with you. You have received it. You embrace it. You know who I am. I know who you are. You work for my purpose. You work for my will. And my perfect will do you or you place there. Not saying you are perfect in the flesh, but the spirit that's in you. I mold and shape that thing. I predestined it. I ordained it. I foreknew it. Don't let nobody flesh on this earth steer you in any other way but the righteous way in which is already embedded in you. Now listen to this. He said, you tell these people. This is what he was dealing with me. He said, you go and you be telling these people things you know not of. You'll turn around and say, well, he told me this and I didn't even know it. I was like, that's not a person that one might accuse of knowing everything. Because I give the glory to the one that knows it all. When I say I did not know this, and he told me this, and he told me that, that means that you are a person that's willing to give Yah all the glory. And say, I know not, but he visited me and he told me this. That's not a person. They say, I know this, I know this, I know this. I know all things. But the wickedness heart of people, it's in your heart. I don't even have to see you and know which way you're going, in case you didn't know that. I try to uphold that from my children. Let me give you an example. My son said, I'm sorry, my baby son said, Mama, I need this. I said, how do you need this? And you just gave me the money to pay the rent, because all of them stay together. I pay all the bills over there. You just giving me the money to pay it. Now, how is it you going to come back 3 days later saying you need? You know what he said to me? He said, this is something that come up. This is something that I didn't think I need. I said, wait a minute. You asked me this 3 days. I know I asked you 3 days, but you've been ignoring me 3 days. I said, yes, I have been ignoring you. I ain't got no reason to lie. Who are you? I have been ignoring you because you paid your rent. And now you want me to give your rent back to you so you can pay something that you didn't know that would come up on you. I said, you know what? Ain't nothing coming up on you. You knew that. He said, how could you dare say that, Mama? I didn't know it. I said, yes, you did. That's why you asked me 3 days ago. This was yesterday. He said, and he got kind of stuck. He said, but You don't even know what it's for. I said, I do know what it's for. I know what it's for. In an instant, he said, if you know it all and you know what it's for, what is it for? You got to go to court and you got to pay. He got quiet. He got quiet. That's the part of me that they don't like. Because you can't run no train down, up and down, Sister Deborah. Even if she don't say nothing to you, even if she don't communicate, that'd be your best bet. Because if she do, she going to have to talk up on you and out of you and through you. Because that's the gifts. That's part of the gifts. Why is that gift so potent? It's because your higher created the body of Hamashiach. And every organization that calls themselves a part of the body, guess what? Should have somebody like Sister Deborah on board. That's why. That's why. It ain't given to me for my kids and my mother and my father and my husband. All. No! It's given to work in the body of Hamashiach. 24. So that's the part of me they don't like. Because they don't have to, they have to run around ropes when they asking me something or telling me something, and I just get to the point of the matter. And I do that not to take advantage of the gift or not to abuse the gift, but to show them, look, baby, Mama been with you all these years and you still yet not know her. You see? And that's sad. It's sad. Because like he said, if they don't accept you, they don't accept me. So anybody on this Deborah platform that has come on Deborah page and thinking they were so smarter than thou, and they jumped in, out, and then left, goodbye, said the Most High in me. Because anything that was, is. Anything that is, was. If it wasn't never meant, it should go and kick rocks. So I like the Father dealing with me on that. He really did. And he was telling me, as a student in the class, the student in the class out in the wilderness that I have been. Because when he bring things to me, I don't go telling him, oh yeah, I knew that. Oh yeah, I thought that. Oh yeah, I even tell y'all, boy, let me tell you something. He came and he told me, and I knew this part. But what he gave me, don't ever go before the Father that I know and think you know it all. Because I don't do that. I don't care what a person think of me, feel of me, or whatever. Kick rocks. Or let rocks kick you. You see? I would never think that I know more than my Father. I'm always, oh, that's a treat. I even told y'all that. So the message he's giving me at 7 p.m. Central Time this evening is going to be a wonderful message, but it might take 4 hours, but it's all right with me. And it's going to be uploaded and uploaded and what a downloaded, but it's going to make it there. Got good message in it. Good message. And it has to do with righteousness. So he was giving me that, and he was telling me today too, this is a part of my message at 7. He was explaining to me that the right hand of Yeshua is the right hand of his power. When Yeshua came down, he came down with all power because the Father had given him that. Now, that's how beautiful this is. Even though when Yeshua came down, he came down with the right hand, which is the power, which is Christ, which is Hamashiach. And he came down with the word and the spirit. He's saying that when Yeshua speaks of his right hand, he's speaking of the Father's power that was given unto him to come down here and do great signs and wonders and do things. You see? But you notice that the power didn't interfere with him going to that cross. You know, the Father's Spirit didn't interfere with him going to that cross. But the word was spoken. But guess what? So that all may be fulfilled. But he went to that cross as a flesh of a man. We need to give him thanks for being so excellent with all that Ahia have given him to be. You see? Because that is, and this is why we should have mimicked and saw his walk and got behind him and walked therein. Oh No, we want to get on this devil platform. All these devil platform and think because we behind somebody saying we like and we subscribe, oh, we in there. You ain't in there with y'all. You in there with the flesh of a man or a flesh of a woman, but you ain't in there with y'all that way. Because y'all know that this is the devil's platform. You just don't. See, a lot of people think they getting food for their spirit. You ain't getting nothing but trash. Okay? So he was telling me that, and that's a part of my lesson tonight. So I'm going to have to add that one on to that. Let's see. He was explaining to me Genesis 26. The word us is the right hand of the Father. He said the word us in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. I don't want to get into the message tonight, but he was giving me that today about Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. How he say how you speak on the fact that that's my power, that's my right hand. And if they didn't get it then, Father, you going there, ain't you? If they didn't grip us in Genesis chapter 1 and they don't understand Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, he said they're not going to understand none of it. And it is so true. Because they have lost his name. They have lost his name. So when he said they're not going to understand, Sister Deborah didn't know that. So he revealed it to me this morning. He said they have lost my name. That's why they don't know who I am. Because who I am rests in what I am. What I was, what I'm going to be, rest in that right hand. Who us is in Genesis 1 and 26. He said, so while you're sitting and telling them, if they miss Genesis 1 and verse 26 and 27, they have missed the whole picture. They have, Deborah. And he showed it to me. I was like, I would start crying again. I started crying again. And the cry wasn't a cry that was so much as where you saw tears. And yes, there was plenty of tears flowing, but it was a spiritual feeling. Just being grateful and thankful for all that he is. You know, just being thankful and grateful for all that he is. That's all that matters. All this other stuff kick rocks. And he was telling me that Genesis chapter 1 and 26, they missed it. And because they so busy chasing Torah and chasing Hebrew and Greek and chasing all the other books, they're lost without a cause because it takes them from what is present before them. He said that's why when you go in there and you see all those mysteries, Deborah, that's why they can't find out what the mystery is. Because it ain't given to them. Because they missed Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. He said, let me tell you what he said. He said, Genesis is the right hand. Us, the word us, this is what he want me to tell you. It is the right hand of Yah. Okay? It is the stretched out arm of Yah. He said it is Ahaya. It is the Father. It is Yahuwah. It is Yah, meaning it is what the world called God. It is the right hand. It is all power. It is the creator of all things. It is the only begotten of the Father. Praise the mighty Yah. It is the Son of Yah. It is Hamashiach. It is Emmanuel. He is the power of Yah in all. We missed it. That's his name that we missed. That rest in the power. But guess what was the mystery, y'all? That I did not know. I did not know it. I learned it today, though. See, this is when I might appear to be all that and some to the eyes of those that are weak in y'all. Don't know him. You see? But let me tell y'all something. I'm one that loves to learn. I have a good ear to hear. And I can hear behind hearing. I didn't ask to learn or to know how to hear behind hearing. Where is that in scriptures? Where is that in the book? Y'all, when he put that body of Christ together, that body had everything it needs. And this is why no unity can come together. Sister Devin can come on and say, yeah, well, we need to get together. You won't hear not one mouth for me because there's nothing in there. It's nothing, it never was. They are so limited to anything spirit and truth, but yet they can speak. Oh, I know spirit and truth. I got the light. And this is here, lets them know that, baby, what is it then? Let me tell you why. He said to me that, Deborah, the other day you talked about the body of Hamashiach, the head being my right hand power, which is us, which is all the names that you just called, all of me, and who I am. He said, that's what's in the head. And I created a body, meaning all those that I have chosen from the heaven to work therein, the body. They don't even want to take their righteous place. That's why I tell you to stay in your lane and keep running. So what you see, what you hear on the left, so what you see and hear on the right? Stay in your lane, because your lane is predestined, ordained, foreknew. Before the foundation of the world, you were in me. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is what he said. He's saying that the right hand carries something, not the right hand, the right hand. He revealed something to me. He said, and this here just really, more tears started crying after. Oh. He said, Deborah, you remember how you tell those people that you have to be branded with righteous belief, faith, and fear? I said, yeah. He said, guess what? My right hand, my stretched out arm, Emmanuel, the son of Yah, us in Genesis chapter 1 and 26, Yahuwah, Yah, the Father, the Creator. Guess what? It lands in the right hand, and the right hand is righteous. Oh, Father Yah. And then he backed them up. You want to know where it's at? He flipped them on to me. That's why I'm going to give y'all that tonight. The right hand is righteous. So this is why Sister Deborah tell you all, when you miss us, this is what he said. When they miss us, they missed my right hand, my stretched out arm, and my righteousness. You see what the minds of people are? So when Sister Deborah is on here telling you all, wait a minute, y'all, climbing on top of Sister Deborah, because I'm in the body. If I'm right here, come on now, you should be here. You should be here. You should be somewhere in this body. But if you say nothing, you speak nothing, and you just repeat the same thing, then who are you? Who are you? What are you? Silence. It's not acceptable in the spirit of Yah. You know how many people lost their lives from the beginning of this Genesis to Revelation because they spoke righteousness? Because they spoke spirit and truth? They stood in the light representing the Most High, higher, and they loses their lives. Not because the Father didn't know it. It's because he knew they were righteous. To lose the life on the earth is to gain in the heaven. See? You're present with Yah. How? How are you present? In his spirit. Do he rest? In your spirit, do he rest or in? I got so many good verses tonight, and it's going to probably be 3 to 4 hours. Please don't come on the page. I'm coming live, but I'm going to eliminate the chat because I don't want to go through any more hearing things that doesn't make any sense of so much powerful food being put out and no powerful ears to hear or to words to stand on top and, nothing. Just And myself, I say, Father, that's why I feel alone. Because when you in this body, you know you're a prophetess. Where's the evangelists? Where's the teachers? Where's the pastors? Where's the apostles? Hey, wait a minute, Father. Yeah, I'm just one. And I'm a pin needle. Where's everybody at? Because they don't have nothing to give. Because their giving is flesh, flesh, flesh. Going back to what I was saying yesterday. Flesh wisdom, flesh knowledge, and flesh understanding. So he said, you'll know them, Deborah, by their fruit. And don't estimate it's the fruit in which they read in this book, baby. No. The fruits of the Father is spirit. And it is his truth. It is the connection in the spirit realm, not the connection in the flesh. That means the connection of what the mouth can say. What the mouth can, what the mind can think. The words of wisdom of the flesh, the words of knowledge of the flesh, the words of understanding of the flesh. Come on, let's go to the spirit realm and let's rumble. You can't get nobody to do that. Because everybody is saying, I got this, I've been doing this all my life. This is what he showed me. Come on now, baby. Come on now. I'm not the only one, even though it feels like it. Because you're here knowing that he got many, and you're trying to connect to the other part of the body. You're trying to connect. And I believe that the head has it this way. So those that are in the body that know their calling, know their purpose, running in their lane, walking upright, walking in spirit and truth, see the light, they can keep on going. You see? I also learned something today. I learned that the gate that's narrow, it says it leads to life. And the Father revealed to me from some words that, guess what, Deborah? It leads to righteousness. Oh! So Sister Deborah is going to end it because I really didn't want to go past an hour, and I did. So I just see me later at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to do something special before I get online because I need the Father to give it to me to speak unto that one. All he needs is one that's going to and fro, that has an ear to hear and an eye to see, that is appointed, anointed, ordained, predestined before the foundation of the world, and they know that they were to hear this message. Just that one. So Sister Deborah, will be back. So I say unto you, I hope you got something out of it. Shalom and shalom.